Apparently Jordan 4s are super hot right now, which is crazy to me because these shoes have always been fire. The Jordan 4 has always been one of my top 3 Air Jordan models of all time. And I guess with the perceived popularity of the Air Jordan 1 slipping recently, there needs to be a shoe to take its place, and it seems like the Air Jordan 4 is that silhouette. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm reviewing the upcoming Air Jordan 4 Midnight Navy. I feel like I'm having a weird case of deja vu. Don't these shoes look exactly the same, except this one's blue and this one's black? In fact, if you just desaturated this one, this would be the same shoe as this one. I mean, hey, I don't mind it, but at the same time, I really would have preferred getting the white cements back rather than getting this new, almost OG. If you are looking to grab a pair of the Midnight Navy Air Jordan 4s, they officially release on October 29th for a retail price of $210, which in my opinion is a really weird price for this pair of shoes. I see the Jordan brand is slowly trying to creep up the price of their models, so it makes sense that they're doing it. I'm not happy about it, but it makes sense why they're doing it. But the fact that it's not a round number really just bothers me. I don't know. I know it shouldn't, but it does. As far as I could tell, this shoe should be relatively widely available. However, with that being said, because of the popularity of the Air Jordan 4s, I do think that this shoe will probably sell out. And for that reason, you may have to go to the resale market, and I've made sure to leave an affiliate link to GOAT in the top of the description below. The good news is, though, these are not selling for too much over retail, at least right now before the release of this shoe, so you should be able to grab them for maybe $250, maybe $300 at worst. But even that's not bad when you compare the resale prices of 2022 to the resale prices of 2021 and 2020. Shoe prices skyrocketed over the last couple years, and finally, they're leveling out to a point that I still don't love, but at least it's somewhat reasonable. But before we get any farther into the shoe though, let's first take a look at the box, because Jordan Brand genuinely did do something kind of cool with this box. As you can see, this box comes with this really nice midnight navy base color, accented by these glossy gray splatter print details, which I actually really like, and then on the top of the box, you've got the flight text in white and your glossy red Jumpman. As you can see on the front of the box, you do have the size tag, which comes in black. I grabbed a size 9, which is my true size, and the official colorway of this shoe is white midnight navy. Go figure, that's what the shoe is called. They don't always name the shoe the same thing as the colorway of the shoe, which is always weird to me, but this time they did, which I'm happy about. Another kind of cool detail is that inside the box, the splatter print actually extends onto the paper, which I really like. It's a subtle detail, but it's nice. Getting back into the shoe though, like I mentioned earlier, this shoe is very similar to the White Cement 3s. Nike even says that it's basically a blue version of the White Cement 3s on the SNKRS app. In fact, the exact wording on the SNKRS app is, the iconic White Cement colorway gets an autumnal update. That's a college word if I've ever heard one. With crisp midnight navy accents to keep you looking sharp and season ready. I mean, I guess this is kind of a fall look. I always associated blue more with winter than with fall, but hey, you know what, to each their own. All that aside though, I genuinely do think this is a very clean colorway, and while I would have preferred the white cement look, I think this is a pretty solid, I guess, placeholder until we get a new pair of white cements. But diving into the materials that make up this pair of Midnight Navy Air Jordan 4s, around the toe of the sneaker on the mudguard, you've got this pretty much matte white tumbled leather. Then just above that, you've got more of that same white leather on the toe of the shoe. It feels pretty soft to the touch. I like the feel of it. It's not amazing leather by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not bad, and it's actually a lot less glossy than the previous Jordan brand leather that they used on most other pairs of Air Jordan 4s. It feels a bit more premium because of that, because it's not as like shiny and as plasticky looking. It definitely has a more expensive feel to it. Not crazy expensive, but nicer than most Jordan 4s. Moving up from that, you've got that classic Air Jordan 4 netting on the tongue of the sneaker. This time around it comes in white with mesh underneath. Then above that, you've got these white flat laces. As you can see, the laces primarily weave through this white leather eye stay, accented by these midnight navy hits on the wings of the shoe, which I really like, which also come in this nice sort of matte material or matte plastic. I do prefer the black on the white cements, but I really should stop comparing these to white cements because they're not white cements. Even though Jordan Brand compares these shoes to white cements, they're not white cements, so I need to stop letting that trip me up. It's a nice looking pair of shoes. That's all that matters. It's a nice looking pair of shoes. Then on the top of the tongue, you've got more of that white tumbled leather, accented by this Jumpman patch that comes with an embroidered Jumpman in blue and the flight text in red. Moving inside the sneaker, on the back of the tongue, you've got this nice midnight navy sock liner, and then the rest of the sock liner on the shoe is covered in this white fabric. The insole of the shoe also comes in midnight navy, accented by a Jumpman printed on the heel in white. But now let's get to sizing and fit. And the good news for most people out there is that the Air Jordan 4 midnight navies fit just like every other pair of Air Jordan 4s. For me, that's true to size, and for you, if you're familiar with Air Jordan 4s, go with your standard size and you should be good to go. However, if you've never tried on a pair of Air Jordan 4s before, I do recommend trying on a pair before you buy this pair, because this pair is $210, which is not cheap, just to make sure that you're grabbing the right size for you. Realistically though, if you can't try on a pair of Air Jordan 4s before you buy them and you've never worn a pair before, go true to size and you should be okay. Also, you may have noticed the brand new APTHCRY mid socks that I'm rocking in the on-foot portions of this video. They just dropped today in 4 different different colorways, and that blue colorway matches the Midnight Navies perfectly. It's crazy. I also love the fact that the APTHCRY logo on these socks is reflective, so if you take a picture of these socks with the flash, they glow at you. It looks amazing. So if you guys want to grab any of the 4 colorways that dropped today, make sure to click the link in the top of the description below. And as always, I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you've been showing myself and my brand. It's been an absolute blast to be able to create socks for you guys, and I know you guys have been wanting mids for a while, so we finally delivered with some mids, and in my opinion, they're some of the best mids we've ever dropped. Plus again, they look perfect with these shoes. It's crazy. It's a match made in heaven. Continuing back in the shoe, you've got more of that white Air Jordan 4 netting on the midfoot, and then just over top of that, you've got your classic Air Jordan 4 wing. This time around, like I said, it comes with the Midnight Navy hit at the top, and the rest of the wing comes in this light gray, or I guess cement gray, with this blue splatter print. Continuing back in the shoe, you've got more of that white tumbled leather, which again feels so much nicer than the 2016 white cement. I hope they bring that colorway back and use this leather. It's just so much nicer than it was. And then on the back of the shoe, you've got this cement gray rubber heel tab accented by this Midnight Navy splatter print. Then rounding off the heel, you've got this Midnight Navy Jumpman. Now the reason they don't use a Nike Air on the back of this shoe is because this is not an OG colorway, and while I do like the look of the Nike Air better on the back of the shoe because I just feel like it sort of fills out the heel tab more than the Jumpman, it makes sense and I'm not mad at it. Then moving down on the shoe, you get to this split color midsole. Around the front of the shoe, you've got this Midnight Navy rubber that wraps up from the outsole. You've got these hits of cement gray with, again, that Midnight Navy splatter print, which I think looks really clean. And then towards the back of the shoe, on the bottom half of the midsole, you've got your white paint and, of course, your exposed air. And then finally, rounding off the sneaker, you've got some Midnight Navy rubber on the outsole, accented by some red on the forefoot, your red Jumpman, your white midfoot area, and, of course, gray on the heel and on the toe. So overall, is the Midnight Navy Air Jordan 4 a solid sneaker? In my opinion, absolutely. Would I have preferred the shoe to be the white cement Air Jordan 4s? Of course, but at the same time, I think it's a great looking sneaker. I don't mind these blue hits, and honestly, it's one of the best Air Jordan 4s to drop all year. I think I prefer the military black Air Jordan 4s, but this is still a clean look and one that if you love Jordan 4s and you got $210 to blow, this is not a bad thing to blow your money on. But that pretty much wraps up the review for today. Now, I would love to know your thoughts on the Midnight Navy Air Jordan 4s and whether you're planning to grab a pair of these for yourself, so make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.